So it's 2-1 to Nigeria and 1 for Ghana. Welcome to Tom Prince Studio. It's your host Ken for today. And stay tuned and as we talk about the friendly game during the week. I have here with me in the studio my panelists, Mr. Junior and also Mr. Mike. Nice seeing you guys.
Nice seeing you too.
And welcome
Thank
to
you.
this episode.
Thank you very
We'll
much.
go straight to the point.
Now,
Junior,
why are you going straight to the point now?
2 goals to Nigeria and 1 for Ghana. First of all, I will say it was an interesting match. And of course, I want Nigeria to win, and they did. And I expect the outcome of the result of this match and also what transpired during the match. So, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, just smiling
I'm
because
I'm always smiling,
it's friendly, but you forgotten it's friendly, right? Let's put that there.
But
friendly, right?
Did they play football or
no, but it's
played...
friendly, So yeah, are you going to get the qualifications there or something?
It's friendly, but it's football they play.
Yes, but then that means you are just having a training session together, as two brothers, right?
Okay.
But yeah, it was a good match. It was a good match. So I would say I don't think it was our key star players that played for that match, right? So yeah, we're missing some key players. You already know them. I don't have to mention their names, So I think I don't know what to say.
What do you mean key players are missing? If you are going to war,
no, but
did you reserve your
but this is no
your
war.
best?
This is no war.
No, it's football.
No,
but
it's friendly.
It's football. It's
Football,
friendly,
but friendly
but
match.
it's something that a team, a country in this regards need to win.
But we had injury
But
players.
in this regards, Nigeria won the game.
Yeah, won the game because our
if
players
you have
were
injury,
injured.
you still have other players.
Yeah, but
they have
that's our reserve.
In football, you have reserve players. You have the players that are going to start the starting 11, and you have the reserve players which are equal also to the tax. So if a player is injured,
you're personally coming to me.
No. I'm just trying to tell the football principles and guidelines.
But still, it's
because you are attacking friendly to it.
Yes, that's it. You see, it's a football match, right?
But who won? Ghana lost or Ghana won?
No, it's 2-1 against Ghana.
Just leave the friendly aside and let's
talk
about the match. But how
would you classify a football match?
How was the match? Your thoughts about the match?
Oh, I didn't personally watch it in details, but I watched the highlights, which I told you. It was, the rivalry between Ghana and Nigeria has been there for a long time, with head-to-head shots. And I think, both teams played. I wanted Ghana to win, to be honest. But then it didn't go our favor, which, when I was watching the highlights, I knew you were going to be happy. You're going to be a happy man. As compared to what happened in the AFCON. But, I don't have a lot to say. I'm
always a happy man.
I like when I'm going to say something about the whole match.
Despite the outcome of the match, so I'm always happy. But anytime I'm in the studio, I'm always smiling and happy. In particular of this match, I was personally that I'm going to talk. I want your own thought about it because I've been waiting for this to let you know that yes, Junior was the outscore. But anyway, Michael, let me hear from you.
Yeah, sure. Ghana Nigeria is always exciting and interesting to watch. As both teams have actually played and then this is always a cracker. But this time around, it was a low key match, friendly, and I see that most of the players were that involved maybe because of injury or for one or two reasons, and the results is fair. Nigeria is on top form. They were second in just ended AFCON. They did very well, and but Ivory Coast worked extra hard and they carried the other day Atlas and won the AFCON. But I wasn't expecting too much from Ghana. Having not been very impressive for all this while, and poor performances over these years, and it's not the real Black Star team that we all know. So I wasn't really surprised at the results, and it's just something that they were testing to see that they could pick the pieces together, and most importantly, having reassigned the former coach Otoado to come back to manage the team again. So
Yeah, we're going to talk on that. It's
yeah,
very important for
yeah,
Nigeria as well. They have a new coach,
yeah,
Finidi George. He was the assistant coach to Jose Pereiro
yeah.
that took Nigeria to the AFCON final. So, but he has been sacked after the AFCON final. The NFF was not pleased with his performance in the final, despite Nigeria were in the final. But now also Ghana also have appointed Otto Addo. He was also the coach that took Ghana to the last World Cup in Qatar. So they have two new um, individual indigenous coaches.
Yes.
Otto Addo is from Ghana, though he spent most of his life abroad in Germany, to be precise.
Yeah.
Finidi George as well, he spent most of his career also abroad. He played in Ajax here in Amsterdam and also here in Spain. So both have European experiences, but they are indigenous coaches now.
Yeah,
So what do you think based on the outcome of this match?
if I compare the two teams, Nigeria is at the upper hand. They with their recent performance, they have actually reformed the team and have gotten the right team chemistry. Looking at how the players play, they stand for now. They stand a better chance of beating Ghana any time. Unless the Otado and the rest of the team, they go back to the to they go back to the drawing board and work very hard and recruit the right kind of players and build a more formidable team so that they'll be able to to do well and maybe play against Nigeria and maybe win or maybe draw. But for now, I don't see Ghana doing anything with the current.
Junior, a lot of African loving football fans have been clamoring for Africa to stick to their own coaches because of the outcome of Emas Faye in the Cote d'Ivoire national team for the just concluded AFCON. So what's your thought? Nigeria have a new indigenous coach. Ghana now have a new indigenous coach. So what's your thoughts on this and what is the impact this is going to reflect to their individual national teams and Africa as a whole?
I think on the coaching side, we've already seen what Otuado could do in the World Cup, right? We saw a whole World Cup tournament, and I think, recruiting the the national level coaches or even players, it's something the African teams are really struggling with. They always prefer to go in for foreign people with the experience. So I think it's been something that has been hitting back and forth, right? I don't know what new thing he's going to bring now because, as compared to having local coaches, I'll take the Cote d'Ivoire guy who picked up the position when they sacked their main coach during the tournament. And I think he saw something in the players. He saw some way to, I don't know how to say if it's motivation or be on the pitch because he wasn't there on the pitch with them when they were playing. If you could see the match they even played after they lost their group stage match and then they move into the other channel. Like they had the spirit of to win, which sometimes it's not everybody that can have that. You get me? So on the national level, it's been back to back. I don't know, but I don't know what Otto Addo is going to do now because we've seen his style of play, right? Fine, if he's outside, some players that when they are out or they're not back in the national team, they do very well. The moment they get back to the national team, you don't know if it's the environment, it's the ball itself, or it's the coaching or whatever. So for me, on a long term, as already Michael said, for Nigeria, I think you're picking the pieces together, right? Because as compared to the AFCON, like you guys were together till the end. So the final match that I don't know what actually happened, that there was this button that just turned off, But for Ghana, it's going to be a long way, which, I would say, if you make good use of national or nation level individuals, I think they have a different way of seeing how to put the nation out there, right? So for me, I don't know what he has to offer, but I would still prefer us getting on the national,
My thoughts on indigenous coaches in Africa, for me, I would say we should not get ahead of ourselves because sometimes the Africans, lack some things the European have, So for me, my own thoughts, I think every nation should look what they have and what they don't have, so they can know, okay, if we need indigenous coach or a foreign coach, because one of the challenges African nations do have
Yeah.
in their national teams is the right resources and materials
Mhm.
to imply in these national teams, because in Europe they have the right materials, they have the right conditions, but African continent lack that. So, and these players are coming from Europe to play for their fatherland or motherland, as the
Yeah.
case may be. But when they come, what they met, what they met on ground, they are disappointed.
Yeah.
For example, the condition, the materials to use to train even before games, also even the logistics. And sometimes these players comes and there is no proper accommodation for them to prepare for the match. When I mean accommodation, hotel, you see some delay in some logistic aspects. So there are more to it. But anyway, I think most African countries are learning, in this. But success to Otto Addo, and also success to Finidi George from Nigeria, and also Otto Addo from Ghana. Wish them all the best as they take this new challenge. We'll move on to our own nation that we are, the Netherlands. It was 4 unreplied goals for Netherlands against Scotland. What's your take on that, Michael?
Yeah, sure. It's obvious that the Dutch national team had worked on on the players, and also building a better squad for the upcoming Euro Cup. And I love the outcome of the match, and it was beautiful goals. That is what seeing. And yeah, the Dutch team had always been one of my favorites to win the European Cup. And this time around, if they could work very hard, and yeah, though it was a friendly match, but I believe that with the right kind of attitude and the best of tactics, they'll be able to do well in the qualifiers, or maybe in the real competition. So it was a good result, and yeah, they deserve uh, those uh, those goals that came in. Yeah, Scotland. Yeah, unfortunately, yeah, it's quite disappointing from that side. But I can't talk much about it. But it was a friendly match. So Netherlands, they are doing well, and they could do well in their subsequent games. So for me, it was a good preparatory grounds for the Dutch team, and they can actually do well in the
And the
upcoming competitions.
and the Dutch team also as well. They are also trying to bring a team together for the
Yeah.
past 2.5 years.
Yeah.
Like you could see, they've changed their trainers in this 1.5 years. Ronald Koeman left, and now he came back to become the Dutch national team trainer again. But Junior will not fail to mention Jorginho Wijnaldum. He was in the score sheet also on that
Yeah.
night.
But
And
yeah, Vegas.
He has been a player that has been fantastic for this in his career, starting from Feyenoord
Yeah.
to PSV, then to Newcastle, then to Liverpool. But also there has been some difficult times in his career. When he left Liverpool to Paris Saint-Germain, it was not what he expected. He was supposed to go to Barcelona, but he chose to go to PSG, and he couldn't play as expectant. And before we know, he had an injury that took him out for a very long time. And he came back from that injury, got signed by AS Roma. Also, at the course of his contract in AS Roma, he got another injury again. But it's good to see him back again and also scoring goals. So, what's your thoughts on Jorginho Wijnaldum coming back to the Dutch national team and also scoring on the 9 junior?
Yeah, I think for a player to go through all that, I think personally I can't relate, but I think we everybody on a personal level, when you go through a lot of things at the peak of your career, the time he was part of the team with
Mhm.
his switches, and for him to come back to be on the score sheet is a good one, because that means he still got something to give for the team, and for the nation as a whole. So I think The score sheet was good. Ronaldo did well. Weghorst, yeah, one of my favorite guys from the World Cup because yeah, he's also got like a lot of things to give out to the team itself. So since they're still building up the team, why not? Yeah, he did well, and I think yeah, if he keeps on like playing as we used to know him, not that serious level, but I mean like still being able to deliver to expectations. I think yeah, he's going to contribute to the team, because their next match is going to be against Germany, and yeah, it's a tough side too. So if they can provide, because I think one thing they're lacking is I miss the spirit of Van Persie Dems and Iron Robin. Those time like that time national team, it was like they were in for the game. Do you get me? So the level of playing or consistency can stay throughout the 90 minutes, which I'm lacking from this team that they're now growing, right? Because even from the World Cup, they did well, and then it's like it got to some point they couldn't keep up the team play, right? That was something I was actually missing from the team. But if they're able to push it up, I think this Euro Cup they can go far. Like let's just pick it up. So yeah, that's it from my side.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Michael.
Yeah, sure. It's good to see him back. He, having recovered from all these unfortunate injuries and having scored. So we wish him the best. And like I said, the Dutch team, they are going to actually do well. They always go the extra miles. I love the way they play, and yeah, with the likes of other good quality players like Memphis and Capo and the rest, they would actually advance to the next level of the competition. So I hopefully it is not only about friendly matches, but other competitive matches they will be able to do well. Whether they play home and away, they always score, and that is so important.
Of course, the stats speak for himself.
Yeah.
Netherlands have 53% of the ball possession, also 13 total shot on target, and the shot on target was 6 and 4 was
on fire.
We utilized. So that's a good stats for the Netherlands team.
Sure.
So quickly, but before we move on to the other games, I will not fail to mention Jerome Frimpong. Wow, it has been an outstanding player for the Bundesliga and also for Bayer Leverkusen. So and that has earned him a call up to the Dutch national team. And I want to say a big congratulations to him and also wish him success further in the Dutch national team.
You need more goals, so we shouldn't forget that.
Quickly, we'll go on to the game against Egypt and New Zealand. Just in 1 minute. What's your thought on that, Michael? Egypt, New Zealand. It was 1-0 to
Egypt having not been so impressive in the AFCON. A lot of expectations were really high, from that side, and yeah, with their current form and the likes of Saha, Mo Salah, Salah. I personally was a bit disappointed that they couldn't go far. I was expecting to see Egypt play in the finals or maybe maybe win, but all hope is not yet lost. They still come back and improve to be the farthest that we know. They have been very very powerful in the African soils. 102. They have been champions of Africa before, so I believe that they can actually work extra hard and possibly recruit new players or maybe form a much more better team and look for a better way to be more impressive and build a more stronger team. So yeah, they won home and that is good for them. Yeah, but I would like to see more of the Egypt that
Quickly, Junior.
This Egypt, I don't know this Egypt. I miss Mohamed Abu Trika. You get me?
And also Salah.
Yeah.
They can win with Mohamed Salah.
Yes, I was thinking Mohamed Salah will replace Abu Cheka. You get me? Because if you're checking their form, like in the CAF, they're just playing draw matches. Like they couldn't actually win the game. Right? I miss the old Egyptian lords, but I think they'll get there because this their striker, the Mustafa Mohamed, he played well in the AFCON, right? And he had the penalty shoot for them to win the game. So I think hopefully they get back to the Egypt we used to know. But I still miss Mohamed Abu Cheka. You remember the goal and then he had to take his boot off. Like that was the time prime Egypt, Like they really played like football for us, So I think hopefully they get there.
That's all about it in Egypt, New Zealand. But we can't forget the surprise of the day. Spain, Colombia.
Oh my God.
Quickly. What's your thought on that? First of all, let me say something about this Spain, Colombia. Colombia has been, there in the map, in football, but for some years now, we've not been seeing the Colombia that we used to know, especially the 2014 World Cup, the James Rodriguez, it has been, they were nowhere to be found, Colombia. You even call the name Colombia, it look strange sometimes, especially, not seeing them in the map of football. Even some of their individual players in their club side, like Igueta, the time of the goalkeeper, Igueta, that used his back heel to get the ball, But now they're able to beat Spain, almighty Spain. So what's your thought on it, Michael?
For me, it's nothing serious. It was just a friendly match. On a good day and a more competitive ground, Spain would win. So so it's just one of those friendly matches that they played, and Spain, I believe, wouldn't put much more effort trying to be more impressive. Or I know the quality and the top form of football and the class of players that they have all the time to play very good and entertaining football. So this time around, I'm not really amused with it. It's just a friendly match. If they should meet in a more serious and competitive match, you will see Spain would actually dominate and win. So,
and Junior, in 30 seconds.
I think they both played their game. Spain played because if you check the stat, they really played the game. Just the goal didn't come. I don't know why, but yeah. For me, I wouldn't say friendly because you come attack me, but yeah, it's football, so you still have to deliver, like when you get the platform opportunity. So that's it. 30 seconds. I'm done.
I want to thank our viewers for watching today, and also I want to thank also our panelists for being with us today to share their thoughts on the weekend friendly games all over the world. And also I want to thank Mr. Junior for accepting that Nigeria won Ghana.
So I can come for Egusi or what?
Yeah, you can come for Egusi. You're welcome. Thank you. So thank you, viewers. Don't forget to share your comments on the comment section, and also don't forget to subscribe on our YouTube channel, Tompi Studio. Thanks once again for watching, and we'll see you next time on replay episode. Bye for now.